it's Nørgaard. So today I'm doing this makeup look, and this is featuring my Neon NARS palette by W7. This palette contains all these beautiful neon, bright, colorful eyeshadows. So I used a few of them on my eyes today. I really love this look. So this is a super bright and colorful eye look, but it's still, you know, wearable in my opinion. And I love this eyeshadow palette. This is kind of like a dupe for Urban Decay's electric palette. So it has many similar colors to the electric palette, plus a few other ones thrown in here because this palette does have more colors than the Urban Decay palettes. But yeah, I love this eyeshadow palette. As you can see, the eyeshadows are super pigmented and vibrant. And also I love this packaging. When I first saw this, I thought it was going to be really cheap and really lightweight plastic, but the plastic is actually super heavy. It's really nice and sturdy and good quality. So yeah, that's just something I wanted to mention. But yeah, I'm going to show you guys a full face makeup tutorial today. So don't forget to thumbs up this video if you like this look. And don't forget to watch in high definition. And without further ado, here comes the tutorial. Okay, so let's get started, shall we? So my primer today is going to be from Catrice. This is the Pore Refining Anti-Shine Base, and it's from the Prime and Fine line. And I'm going to apply this all over my face, except for around the eyes. So for underneath my eyes, I have really been liking the Glo-Minerals Under Eye Primer lately. This really feels nice underneath the eyes. And with this primer on, I find that my concealer doesn't crease or cake up at all throughout the day. And I want a little more glow to my skin since I think it looks a little bit dull. So I'm going to use the e.l.f. Shimmering Facial Whip in the color Spotlight. So this is a beautiful shimmery cream product. And it's only like $1 or $2. I would highly recommend this. It just gives my skin a perfect, like, luminous glow. And I do apply this underneath my foundation. Because I do have oily skin, so I don't want it to be super intense. But I do still want a little bit of that radiance. So for my skin today, I'm going to mix these two products. So I'm going to use this Garnier BB cream in the color Light, and I'm going to mix it in with this L'Oreal Infallible matte foundation. So this is a bit too dark, and it's a bit too shiny and a bit too less coverage. Like, it doesn't have enough coverage for me. But this one has a lot of coverage, and it's a bit too light, and it's a bit too matte for my skin right now because my skin is a little bit dehydrated, just a little bit. But since I already used that mattifying primer, I definitely do not want to put this all over my face. So I'm going to go ahead and apply this all over my face, and I'm going to blend it out with my beauty blender today. So I'm going to use my damp beauty blender to blend this out. So I just pounce it back and forth. I have really been using my Sigma flat top Kabuki a lot lately, but I still find the beauty blender to be my #1 love. I find that every foundation I use looks better with the beauty blender, whereas that is not the case for every foundation I have used with my Sigma brush. And you guys know that a second layer of foundation has a special place in my heart. So yeah, I do 2 layers. So when I do my second layer, I always dab very lightly, and that is just to get the maximum effect out of my second layer, so it doesn't really disrupt my first layer. So for my under eye concealer, I'm going to use my Maybelline Fit Me in the color Fair. Yeah, in the color Fair. I have really been loving this lately. I wore this the other day, and I had it on for like 16 hours, I think. And it didn't look completely amazing at the end of the day, but it did look quite good. So I was impressed with it. It really lasted a long time and gave me nice coverage. So I'm just going to do a little bit today. Not going too crazy. And I'm going to blend it out with the pointy end of my beauty blender. To set my under eye area, I have really been loving this Ben9 Luxury Powder in Cameo. So I look up and I dab this powder on with my Kat Von D brush. So now for the rest of my face, I'm going to set that with this Stay Matte powder by Rimmel in the color Sandstorm. So I'm using my Nilens Black Diamond Kabuki brush. So for my bronzer today, I'm going to use New York Color Smooth Skin Sunny Bronzer. It's just a really nice matte bronzer. So I'm using my e.l.f. Stipple Brush, and I'm just going to brush this on my cheeks. So you know, I just bronze up the usual places, and I always bronze up around my jaw as well, just to give my jaw a little bit more of a defined look. Okay, I'm going to blend out the forehead a little bit because it got a little too bronzy, and then I always blend out the neck. So for my contour, I'm going to use the Chocolate Soleil Medium Deep Matte Bronzer from Too Faced. I have this in a little sample size, so this is just a little bit darker than New York Color. So I go from kind of the top of the ear and down towards my lips with my NARS e.l.f. brush, and I'm also going to do the nose a little bit, and then I go ahead and blend that out. So I'm just going to use my brush that I used underneath my eyes and my face powder, and I'm just going to very lightly clean up my contour. And that is just an extremely subtle way to carve out the contour. So my first blush is going to be this one by Jordana. This is called Sandalwood. So I'm going to apply that on the apple of my cheek. I love this color, it's beautiful. And then I'm going to use a little bit of this Candy Floss. I believe this is like a highlighter by W7, but on my skin tone it's more of a blush. So I'm going to apply that a little bit higher up on my cheekbone up here. So now I'm going to get my glow on. I'm using my NARS Albatross highlighter. So I'm using this Born Pretty Store foundation brush, and I'm applying it right up here. Do you guys see that? Oh yeah. I have really been loving this brush. The other brushes I was using, I found that they weren't quite packing enough of a punch, whereas this one applies my highlighter very intensely, which I like. So I always blend my highlight in just with my blush brush, nothing on it. So I'm going to lock this in with my NYX Dewy Finishing Spray. I've been obsessed with this lately. So I do 9 sprays. And that's all, and then I just let all of this dry. So for my eyebrows today, I'm going to use my Anastasia Dip Brow Pomade in the color Soft Brown. So when I use this product, I like to use it quite heavily, so I really fill in my eyebrows. So yeah, as you can see, I do them quite thick and bold. So now I'm going to clean up my brows with my under eye concealer, and I'm going to use my beauty blender to just blend that out. So yeah, just doing the same over on this eye, and again just go ahead and blend it out with your sponge, whatever you're using. So as my eyeshadow primer, I'm going to use Too Faced Shadow Insurance just all over the eyelids up to the concealer. So I'm going to use this Makeup Forever Flash Palette dupe as a base, and I'm going to use this orange color, and I'm just going to use my finger to apply this to the lid, and you guys can see it's extremely pigmented and bright. So these are not crease proof, they will crease if you do not set them. So now I'm going to grab my beautiful Neon Nights palette by W7, and I'm going to take this intense bright orange color over here. So I just go ahead and apply this color with a little flat eyeshadow brush, and the base just really helps to make the eyeshadow pop. And I mean, if you're going to use such a colorful eyeshadow palette like this one, I mean, you might as well just go all out. And then just on the other eye. So now I'm going to take my MAC 224 blending brush, and I'm going to take a bit of my face powder, and I'm going to blend that on my brow bone. And this just helps to set that concealer, and it makes the base not tacky, so our crease color can blend really smooth. The same over here. And then I'm using the same orange right into my crease. And as I said, that face powder is just going to help with the blending. So I'm only using a tiny bit of the eyeshadow, and I'm really using very light pressure, so the crease just fades really beautifully. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is going to be all we're going to do on the upper lid. So now I'm going to bring in this beautiful purple eye base from Born Pretty Store. This is number 14, and this is going to be my base on my lower lash line. So apply it from outer corner and all the way into the tear duct, just like that. And you can just smudge that lightly out with a Q-tip, just to make sure it's even all across. And for my eyeshadow, I'm going to pick up this beautiful purple color over here, this dark purple, and I'm going to use my Morphe small pointed blending brush. So now I'm going to take this other purple color here, and with my same little Morphe blending brush, I'm going to blend this right beneath the first purple, just to give it a little bit of a gradient effect. So just down here, right where the first purple stops. So these two purple colors just adds a nice little gradient along the lower lash line. But because when you are doing like two colors underneath each other, you will get kind of a thicker lower lash line, so it will go a little bit further down than at least what I usually do, and therefore it's very important to have some balance. So I think it's important to do liquid liner, or you know, any liner at the top and false lashes, so that you balance the top and the bottom out and the look doesn't drag your face down. But before we do that, I am going to do an inner corner highlight, and I'm going to just use a tiny bit of my white cream from my Makeup Forever dupe palette, and I'm using a Q-tip to apply this around my tear duct in here, and I'm just going to blend it out with my finger. And for my highlight, I'm actually just using my NARS Albatross highlighter that I use on my face. So I did do my highlight in the inner corner quite intense, because I do want to have you know, the nice bright eyes, since I'm using all these bright colorful eyeshadows. So now I'm going back to my trusty e.l.f. liquid liner in black, and my goal here is to do a simple cat eye. So let's see how that goes. I always start from the middle and work my way out, and then I go back in towards the inner corner, and then I do the flick. So I did mess up a little bit on the lid, so I'm just going to take my Q-tip, remove it, and then go over with the eyeshadow. Like this, and then just go back over. And don't worry if you cover up your eyeliner a little bit, because we are going to go back over the liner once we have the falsies on. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm going to do my other eye and I will be right back. So now that I have my eyeliner on both eyes, I'm going to curl my lashes. And for my mascara, I'm going to be using Too Faced Better Than Sex, of course on top and bottom lashes. I'm probably just going to do one coat, since I am going to be wearing falsies. So with my mascara on, I'm going to use these Cocoa Goddess lashes. So now that I have my eyelashes on, I'm going to redo the eyeliner. So I start over here and then I go over here. So to finish off my eye look, I'm going to use a bit of black eyeliner. So the one I'm using today is this Silkissime. I think that's how you say it. It's a black waterproof pencil eyeliner by L'Oreal. So I'm going to look down into my mirror and do the upper waterline to begin with. So just like this. Just get up on that waterline, girl, and then the other eye. And I'm also going to look up into my mirror and do the lower waterlines. So I do it like this. Oh, just like that. And I make really stupid faces while I do it. So with that on, we are completely done with the eyes and we are just going to do the lips. So for this look, I am going to do a nude lip. So I'm going to start out with Subculture Lip Liner by MAC. This is a very light nude color. It's perfect for fair skin tones. And I'm going to outline my lips with this. And for my lipstick today, I'm going to use this one by e.l.f. This is their Essentials lipstick. This is in the color Nostalgic. Mine is a mess, as you can see. But it's a beautiful light nude color. And I'm going to dab this on because I don't want it to be too thick, because then it can look a little bit too light and weird. So I just dab it on. You can see how light it is. And I'm going to use my lip liner to blend it in. Okay, so here you guys have the finished look. I really love this color combination with bright orange and purple. I think it looks beautiful together, and I really love this palette. It's really great and pigmented. So of course I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. I really enjoyed making it, and if you do like it, please give this video a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. And I will see you guys in my next video, so take care and bye bye.